Welcome back, guys, into another session of backtesting gold, our usual exercise of 20 trades taken with certain rules and trying to understand if and trust my setup and my trading ideas. So this is the screenshot of the setups that we are going to take. Of course, it's based on 15 pips stop loss, 80% partials, so 30 pips, 20% runner risk-free. Price has to be clearly above 45 pips to put the stop loss at 45 and let the run above 45, about 3 to 1. If we see rejections, then the 45 pips has to be the target profit. The entry available, I need to trail the stop loss for the previous one because I want to hedge against the new entry. Before the previous mistake of the previous challenge, so we saw that the entry right before New York Stock Exchange on the new 4-hour open, because I sort of miss and get lost about the timing. I don't focus on it. Was not respecting the fixed time frames, not letting the winning trades run, because at first I didn't have these fixed variables in place, not accepting a break even with multiple confirmation of rejections. I showed you the examples. Entering ranging markets at the first possible sign of trend is what I made the mistakes this time. Still, I have to see if it is a mistake or if it's just like it works 50% of the time, 40% of the time, which is and gives us the 3 to 1. So it's still something that I have to backtest, and not entering at cold trades when there's clear intuition complementing the setup. So as you can see, we are in the same place, same positioning. We went to the New York session of the following day. This is Monday. The other time was Friday. We have the 15 pip stop loss. We might also, since the spread is 2 pips, it's not 4 pips like on Bitcoin, might be also doable to use 10 pips and 30 pips as a 3 to 1. News, let's see. So it's the past ones. Okay, today we don't have any news apart from late in the evening FOMC member speaking. Tomorrow we have Powell testifying, and we don't have any headlines, so it will be kind of very difficult to trade with it during this New York session. Then we have following day other members speaking, so it will not be an easy week without the headlines. As a recap, last session was we took 3 trades, 2 losses and 1 win, and we are up 0.89%. So as a rule, as I told you, I am trading this time frame, these 2 hours, and mainly these 3 hours. And we're going to see how it goes. So we went from here. Yesterday we bounced off with the trade ideas very still valid, but taking 2 losses during another session where it was not really clear where to enter, because the main idea was very valid, because we saw price bouncing, and this on the left hand side is a very strong resistivity area. Let me just move this one. You already know the setup. We had a very strong resistance and support over there. We have a double bottom, rejection at the hourly New York. We took advantage of New York Stock Exchange opening, pushing price up again. Then we stopped. Then we finished the day, and we are seeing that during Asia session, we still got a bounce of this key level, 1781, another bounce. And now that we're coming towards pre-London, we have some sort of rejection. Of course, this level 1785 is a strong one. As you can see, there was a very nice multiple rejections at the key level, so we will need very strong intraday closures to continue above, and possibly some negative headlines for the US dollar. For safe sellers, I would only consider below 1781, but we might, if we see that there's momentum, even below 1789 or the PSA 1785. So these are mainly the main scalping ideas, intraday ideas. My bias is still very strongly bullish, as you can see. To break, we need multiple rejections at 1789, and then safer below 1781, or high risk reward below 1785. There you go. We go on the 1 minute. As you can see, we bounced pretty decisively from this key level for like 150 pips, and this was done overnight. So let's see if we have any other price sensitivity area to take into consideration. We have this one. We are seeing price bouncing. Of course, we're not entering buys just because we see a double bottom. We're going to take either if we have a bounce off the key level or more safely above these previous price sensitivity areas on the left hand side, which might be around here. So let's move and start. Remember, there's no rush. There is still pre-London Open, so I don't have to commit the same mistake that I did the other days, not days, other trades. So okay, so we see price making a lower wick and then moving up immediately above this PSA. Let's see the next candle making a lower wick, possibly flipping bullish, closing doji. So undecided. This one might be a good entry, but this will be the rushed entry. So I will not take it, not consider it. Another bounce, but as you can see, bears are not in control, but as very present. 5 candles out of 6, immediately correcting the bullish move. Let's see if we have another bounce. Here, as you can see on the hourly candle, we made a top wick. Yes, we also made a lower wick. That's true. That's why we have to see the next reaction here, because in this moment is a double, as you can see, double-sided wick. There you go. Nice. This could be a nice high risk high reward entry to take advantage of 20 pips. Not taking it because we're still in a range. Is not the main bias. The main bias, as you can see, is strongly bullish. It's very clear from the Asian session up to now. So the counter trend trades, I would need a very strong closure below. First sign here, second sign below the key level. Let me show you, because this one is the first sign of sells, second sign strong sells, safer sells. As well, I might think that we can create another bouncing from here to take advantage of buys, high risk, high reward, in continuation of the trend. The key level can be either now or during London session be a support as well. This is very high risk reward buys. I will not take it. Let's move. Okay, so we can see a drop, another drop. This is first confirmed, so we don't care about this. Yeah, 18 pips. It's fine. Could have been bounced from here. As you can see, this close and the close was kind of rejecting it. So top wick, then continuation down. Let's see if we see a retest and a closure below the key level. Okay, so far, as you can see, we have also the first signal, possible signal, still invalid to bounce off the key level, which was one of the here. So the for me, the most important thing is to monitor this make or break point. If we see rejection, we have the confirmation of bearish section, and then we can take advantage of sells below the key level. If now we see break and retest and maybe a lower wick and then top wick, then we can have some further confirmation of price moving bullish back into the trend. So let's see. Let's see how it closes. It's having hard time to close above. As you can see, this could be a very high risk reward. If we weren't at the key level, possible double bottom, this would be a good entry. Could be a nice entry. Let's see how this one closes. As you can see, close very strong, but we are at the key level. Exactly what I just told you. I just told you that at the key level, we can have a double bottom. Look at it is the same exact as here. And now we can see if the second option is valid, the one of making a break and retest and continuation up. This candle is closing without a wick, so I will need a lower wick being created, or even up, then retest and continuation up. Okay, closes below, so no entry, of course. This one, let's see it. Strong bearish push, strong correction, some sort of 1 and 2 liquidity grabs. Might be a very impulsive candle with all the liquidity grabbed. Let's see where it closes. Okay, no, just close above. Okay, no nice body, but still a confirmation of liquidity grab. Now we can have some further confirmation if we see a nice wick below. Of course, safer buys will be above this PSA. Yeah, immediately pushed up, but not a nice closures. For sure, as you can see, the volume is kicking in. The candles are wide. There's a lot of movement. Closing above the PSA and pushing up. This might be a retest, but it's not. It's closing above. Let's see if we have a lower wick. Now this we can put it here. It's the same as you can see. Okay, this might be a good entry. Let's see if we have the confirms. We don't have the lower wick, but let's see the previous one. What went up, down, down. I have strong confirmation of price wanted to go below, but couldn't. But we are still in this huge PSA. I wouldn't like to take this high risk high reward entry, as this is the first confirm of bullish price action. Second confirm, this might be the third one. Do I need am I being too safe? Let me think about it. No, I'm not safe because we still have these PSAs, so there's no point in taking the risk, in my opinion, because we can take advantage of the full move if it happens. Nice close. So as you can see, waiting the close is very, very nice. I wouldn't enter anyway. This is exactly the price action that I wouldn't want to see if I was entering buys. If possible, almost taken out, but we cannot avoid thinking that this is a huge rejection from the PSA. Let's see how it moved. Almost it flipped bullish as well. must say that this flipping bullish, if it had a nicer body, if it closed, let me show you. Okay, just 1 second. If it closed like with the body here, I would have taken an entry. Let's see the next candle. Strong bearish, flipping bullish, small body. Not what I want to see. Now starting to getting interesting. We have 15 pips range, but we have 30 pips to revisit the key level. It is in trend, price is trending, but it's not the price action that I want to see. I will take I won't take the risk. Okay, so in insight, I would have taken like 20 pips. So would have been only 2 to 1 if I used 10 pips stop loss, which would have been not bad idea because we had all this price action. So expecting a drawdown would only be that if we still range, if after this entry price would have just ranged, probably would have gone down and still price not ready to up. But I'm not regretting it because as you can see we had this PSA, but price could have just back down to the entry. The reaction at this PSA was nice, but didn't give you any possible entry candle. Actually, it's giving you the contrary. Let's look at how this candle move. Up. Huge rejection. We might even get a top wick and then possible counter trend trade. Okay, looks like the bullish action is still strong. So let's see if we have a break above the PSA again. Nice. Retest. Okay, let's see. If we break above the key level, I will take an entry. Probably will take. If it goes above, it will explode. Okay, but we are coming towards London Open. Let's see. We have to be smart. We are at a key level. We are at very PSA. Only take buys with London session making a lower wick, which can also be at this key level, 1789, and then continuation up. So yes, let's go to London Open. 1, 2, as you can see, the last minutes of the hour. I mean, in insight, yeah, nice, 50 pips. But look at the price action. You can get much cleaner price action. Yes, you can see in insight the reactions were exactly at this previous lows. Highs on the dot, as you can see. But where do you enter here with 20 pips? If you take 10 pips stop loss, yes. But is something that we have to work on. So let me point it out. 10 versus 15 pips SL. Something that I have to backtest here. Okay. There you go. Still no trades. We are coming into the first London session open. Let's see the new candle. Very huge rejection. Very nice and strong rejection, closing below these previous PPLs. It went key level to key level, but showing strong rejection from here. So let's see now the next candles. Okay, so that's exactly what I told you. Price London session made a lower wick. And then if we have a nicer, much cleaner break above the key level, we might take an entry. I don't know what is this 96.8. Okay, it's this previous highs, still from a couple days back, so for now I will not consider it. We're on the hourly time frame. What did I just delete? I don't know if I deleted something. No, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Just delete you. I don't care. Okay. Let's see the next candle. Nice rejection. Let's see if it is fluid. Okay, as you can see how fluid it was. We might not even need the lower wick, but remember the entry is above there. Too much price sensitivity area for me. Look at how the candles are getting rejected. I want clean break above the key level. Considering the counter trend scalps, if we see multiple rejections here, if we identify that this is still a huge supply area, we might have to take, we might be fluid enough to take buy sells. If we see strong rejection from here, again like this one with the London volume breaking below this PSA, we might also think about this PSA, which has been respected, and take sells accordingly. Next one. Okay, rejection, multiple rejections, as you can see. Of course, you don't enter at the first sign of engulfing, and once you can enter 15, 20 pips, but still too high risk, and you don't have the confirms yet. Why you shouldn't react here and go back up? Always visualize that we are in another block created at these previous highs, so we don't want to rush anything. Okay, so now we are starting to close below the order block. Let's see if we see a retest of this PSA, and then candle flipping bullish. Do we have range? We have 37. This is a very high risk, high reward entry. Can we use 10 pips? Yes. I will sacrifice 10 pips for 30 pips, which will be, of course, a higher position sizing. So, but still, it's for me, this is the setup that I was talking about. We had the breaker rejection, break and retest. This is a medium risk entry, still full of PSA. If we see rejection here, we have 10 pips, it's a 1-to-1. We might even consider taking some partials. This is a counter trend though. We are back into the range. Am I being greedy? We are into the yes, I will avoid it. Okay, so in inside this candle, so we would have got a win. Wow. This is fault of my psychology and not of the system. I know this is inside, but damn it, I'm stupid. I was here. We had all the confirms that I wanted. Okay, can you please do it for me? Okay, 10 pips was more than enough. We're going to take partial at 20 with a full at 30. This is my setup, this is my backtesting, and this is the setup that it was pre-planned. So I need to avoid the personal error. Okay, we are up with 20 pips. suppose 16. Okay, so we got to our 20 pips. So okay, we never got to 20 pips because of the spread. Was the entry that was too high, too where did I stop it? Here. Okay, yes, we got it. So this was the partial. As you can see, this was very high risk, high reward. Probably the setup would have been lucky, but this is one of the mistakes that I showed you. Let me see if I show if it's not entering. So this is why I took it after rejection. If the intuition say that's why I took it anyway, even if it was an insight. Okay, we got anyway here, so that's perfectly fine. Our TP of 30 pips is still will not get touched. And we're going to, why you don't exit here, because it might bounce and go down again. Okay, so you take it. This one is win. For win. Because of the setup. I want to see if my setup is good enough, not about my psychology, that I know is not good enough. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I was reading some messages. And so we took a win. Coming the last half an hour of this session, we might see another rejection here, and we're going to be aware of it because we took our counter trade, but we're still on a bullish bias. Okay. Nice retest, only taking the bias above the key level, remember. Multiple rejections again here. And we are coming at the end of the hour. So I'm not taking the trades. We're going to jump into New York. Let's see if now it breaks or it's waiting for New York. Okay, it breaks. We're not taking the trade because it's outside of our time. But as you can see here, over a week, flips bullish. This is the first sign, yes. But you can have like 15 pips and you have a full range. Sorry, okay, this one. Did we get to the full? Already 25 pips. Continuation up. 30 pips for sure. That's good. As you can see, this was the pre-planned trade that just didn't happen during my time. Would have got like 30 pips of 80%, and then probably getting either a bounce from here or a bounce from key level again. Flat candle body support, as you can see here, exactly on the dot. We still have these previous highs to clear. Still not taking trades, it's just watching because we are going into today into 3 hours into New York. Okay, bullish action, but no clearing above the the previous price points. Okay, let's just go to New York. In New York, you can see multiple rejections, and this is New York open. So let's shift to 1. Okay, so as you can see, the trend line is not very useful anymore. Remember that, let me show you how I see the markets, because this is how I learned it. Price moved in waves, up, safer buys above previous PSA, bounce of the key level. All this was happening before the London Open. Let me just do it much clean. Impulsive move, pullback, impulsive move, pullback, impulsive move. This is sort of on the block, but it's not always like this. It is like, might also be, and then up. Or we can validate this as an exhaustion. If we break, clean break below here, further sells below here. So we are in an order block time frame. Here we can start to identify that order block is shifting into a seller's bias, because we are cleaning, we are breaking and closing below the key level. So this is our candle close below the key level, but very, very weak. So we're coming to New York, we're seeing smaller and smaller bearish candle. We can expect making a lower wick to retest these previous lows and then flip bullish to take advantage of, as you can see, the trend that is in place since Asian session, as you can see, expected on the dot. Let me just put it also on the 1 minute. As you can see, we can still have a deeper pullback or a deeper order block continuation. Let's move. As you can see, what I told you, I want a retest of these previous lows, which is probably already set as 93,360, which is around here. So it's these previous lows. So as you can see, the reaction, we already got it. So let's see. This is the open of New York session. 1 minute, very good. Okay, very strong bullish candle. No, yeah, it's little lower wick, just a nipple. Not really trustable for sure, but is very strong bullish, very strong rejection, exactly at these previous highs. As you can see, we are reacting here. But let's see, if we don't break below here, we can still continue up. Okay, now what we want in continuation is a clean break above this level, or even a wick now at these previous highs, and then continuation up. Now we're going to do on the play. Let's see if we get a rejection. Very nice. Still closing above, not closing with a nice body. Okay, I don't like it. Okay, I want is grabbing liquidity, as you can see, failing to break below here, but I want a nice close or body below above there. Otherwise, it looks like it's getting rejected. Nice candle body. Remember that we don't have any important lower wick, but still looks like we're getting bullish trend resuming. If we get a flip of the candle, actually we got the opposite side. Of course, this is a 10 pips, 15 pips. It's a very high risk, high reward, because we are going very counter trend, and we are still into the range. So as you can see here, we are, yes, reacting at these previous highs, but there's no sign that in this hour we should get the rejection. If we get the rejection in this hour, then we can wait for the new 4-hour candle to make a top wick above at the key level and then continue down to revisit those previous lows. Remember that we have oh no, is it not? We don't have any news report now, not even anybody speaking. We still have these lows that might give some reaction. So just, I'm not taking the counter trend trade sells now. Exactly. This is exactly the reason. Grab some liquidity. Let's see if it flips. Yeah, exactly. It flipped. So we're going to take a buy over there. Okay. Okay, as you can see, even one velocity, it's very hard to take it. The point is, do I feel like I want a retest, or we already grabbed enough liquidity? I think I will wait. And this one was a nice retest. Let's see where it closes. Closes above. We don't have much. We have 15 pips, but it is still so high. Okay, this is much nicer. This 1 minute candle going below. This will bring my stop loss getting out after 20 pips. So this was the liquidity grab. Exactly. That's why I wanted to see. This is the liquidity grab that I was talking about. Very fluid. If we take 15 pips buy, we take advantage of, let's see, we have 20 pips here. If we don't expect a drawdown, we should also use 10 pips so we can take partials at 20, the previous highs. So there it is. Is not a structure based stop loss, is due to the not expecting a drawdown due to this liquidity grab being taking place already. As you can see, we get nice bullish, not enough to take partials, and we get a strong rejection. Now you might get sketchy. Let's see. I just my trade idea for me was valid, so even if we get a loss, it's fine for me. Let's see if we get to 20 pips to at least get the partials filled. We are 15. Okay. We are 20. We got the 20 over there. So even if it was not easy, we had to do 20 pips over there. So probably even exactly 20. Okay, as you can see, break even, close partials, 80%. And this is it. That's why you don't trust the noise. And you move on. This is another win. So this one, we are 2 wins today. No, we are number 4 win, number 5 win. That's very good. Let's see now the price where it goes. It closes this. We can see a retest of this level. Exactly. If we want to consider, let me see this candle. Nice. Flipping bullish. Do we have 10 pips? We are still at 19 pips. So if we want to risk 10 pips more, do we have enough range on the upside? We have 10 pips to revisit the key level. This is one of the rules that I still not have implemented. So if I take a 1% re-entry, scaling in, so if I get the loss, I lost 2%, but if I take this one at this key level, I will guarantee that I have 15 pips, 13 pips more. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it like this, another entry, and the first one, which is this one, we put the stop loss here to edge our second entry as much as possible. Okay, we got stopped out. So we have one loss, which is here, 6 loss, which is possible why I should use the 1% rule for this one, but is an improvement opportunity. Let's say 1% risk for scale in is an improvement opportunity for sure, but we are still, the trade idea is still valid. Looks nice liquidity grabs. We are still in the middle of New York session, but still now we don't have much range left. You might go there. Very, very strong reaction. So even this entry would have been not even 20 pips. So this makes me feel nice. Remember that the first entry was not at the stop loss. We're not at break even. We took the full position at 80% at 820 pips and 15 pips for the 20%, just to edge the other candle. Very, very strong rejection. Immediately, very 66 pips. I don't know if any looks really nice. Looks really like we got some news, some headlines, very fast. The next one makes it up weak, then gets rejected, but we are at the key level. Below the key level, we might take into consideration the sells. But still, I don't know why, and this is a very strong reaction, exactly this previous PSA. Another strong reaction. This one is a very nice candle. But still, we are in the range. Even if I enter here, is the trend really resuming? Is it going to react somewhere? I don't know, because I don't know why this drop happened. Oh, as you can see, this entry would have been perfectly fine. I'm not going to take it because I didn't know what happened here. If I knew that this was just a liquidity grab, maybe it's just a liquidity grab for New York Stock Exchange, or coming towards the end of the candle, but yes, was my setup. Probably, possibly, but I don't care. I don't want to take it. I didn't feel like. So it's not the intuition part. And it's a crazy price action right now. So we're coming towards, this is the new hourly candle, the new 4-hour candle. Also to keep in mind, the new 4-hour candle. Let's go on the hourly time frame. where we close very with a possible strong rejection. We are in a bullish trend, so we can expect this new hourly candle to make a lower wick and then go to fill this previous wick on the upside due to the fact that the main bias is bullish. So we make a small lower wick. We still don't have the confirms. We're not at this PSA. This one is not really mattering anymore, so don't use it. This one, yes, it's causing some reaction, but okay. The next one, rejection, lower wick. Let's see if we have a, might be a nice lower wick, the one that we were expecting. Let's see if it flips bullish above here, and we can take into consideration the buy bias, but not very strong. We are back at the key level, back at the same high demand area, as you can see. No wick, just pushing up. This one, I have to take it. I have to, honestly, I have to. It is following but it's not flipping bullish. We are still bearish. So nope, not taking the entry. Nope. Okay, where the close? Okay, now it's flipping, which is at this PSA. Let's see if we have a nice clean break and retest above this week. Okay, now we take it because it's my setup. Flipping bullish, buys 15 pips. Okay, well, let's go. Checklist is filled. We have this PSA. We have the break and retest above the key level. We have the break and retest here. We have the actually I'm going to wait for the candle to close. No, it's not. I will take the impulsive and take the risk. Yeah, there you go. Let's hope it closes bullish. Okay. Okay. So we got a loss. There you go. Second L. But it's fine. Okay, so you see how stupid I am. You see it, right? You see, you understand. What time did I take the entry? The entry was taken here, 8 minutes before New York Stock Exchange opening. Crazy, crazy. I get blind about that. We know that Stock Exchange might cause a dip. New York Stock Exchange open. That's exactly the dip. Liquidity grab and this previous key level. Went bullish but closed here, so let's see if it makes a lower wick and then flips. Let's see where it closes. Not strong, so we'll only take buys above the 11. Okay, strong rejections. Weird price action here. Let's see about the key level. We are 83. I mean, the idea was really valid, but just the timing was off. This would have been the entry, but the close was not what I wanted. I should have taken as an impulsive, but still below the previous lows. This would, the checklist would have been filled because of lower weakness exchange. So the setup is a profitable trade. Doesn't matter. We have a lower wick and then it's bullish. Okay, this looks nice. We have volume, we are moving. This is not a key level. Okay, my setup tells me that I have to take it. And then take the last one of the day. Buys. No, not here. Oh, yes, actually, yes. So we take the buys here, 15 pips. I don't have a good feeling, but I don't have to have feelings. Look how close this one. Okay. Did we get how many pips is that? 15 pips, so no partials, of course. 17. Okay, so we got about 30 pips. As you can see, break even, close partials. As I told you, I didn't have a good feeling about this candle. I didn't wait for the retest. That's why I got really lucky of like 2 pips and I got the profit. And yes, we're in. Let's see the next candles. Okay. See, let's see the next one. Okay, looks like a nice rejection. Nice bounce. We're getting, the next one is getting stopped out. Pew. Ooh. But we're having some rejection over there. Okay. So this one, the number 8, was a win. Win. So I lost a couple of, so loss, win. And I'm done for the day. Okay, so this one was the new hourly candle, made a top week. Made a top week, the new hourly, and then got immediately rejected. So I'm going to take the break even, I don't care. But possibly it was good to exit completely here. Another bounce of the key level, but still, let's see. We break above there. Retesting. Not yet. Nice, strong rejection. It goes slowly to the key level. Look at the flat candle body support here. It will reach the key level anyway. There you go. There you go. You reached it. So my entry here would have been nice 80 pips, 90 pips. If I didn't take the profits, but is the part of the plan. Would have taken an entry here. If I was trading, very high risk, but good. So this actually would have been my entry. I don't know when was it? Here, this candle. As per my setup, this was the, as per checklist, this was my entry. And this part of the psychological part, I'm not going to take it, but remember that this one, not in black. this one was my entry. Just to tell you, so you don't say, oh, you take the things in inside. Yes, but I don't take the one that I should have taken as well. So, and we close off the day with 3 wins, 2 losses, plus 6%. And it's very good. We are not greedy. Yes, this bounce exactly at the same point with the new hour making lower wick. If we kept the stop loss, it was 45 pips. So actually, this would have been, should have been, where was my entry? Yes, here. No, not even, but it's good to go. And we took partials at 30. Yes, it's fine. It's part of the setup. This was my entry, taking, yeah, not risking to lose 7 pips on my 20%. Inside, we have strong rejection. We don't know if this one will be the lower wick or will be a rejection, and retest maybe of this structure. So we really got lucky with this candle, so there's no need to be greedy and think in inside. Let me save the simulation and we're good to go. Yes. Okay, see you guys next time.